Hi everyone, welcome to Above the Noise. It is June 1st and we are excited to bring you a market update and a little bit of happenings about what's going on over here at Varsity Real Estate. Let's kick it off with Sam DeLay.
Thanks for passing it over there. It's very smooth. All right, we saw a lot of new interesting data that came out that some of it needs explained, some of it doesn't. We'll kind of hit some of the higher level stuff. First of all, days on market. I mean, the market is picking up. Homes are selling faster. Those are on average selling in about 23 days from the time of list of accepting an offer. So that's a positive improvement. A couple months ago, that was up around 50, 52. And so you're seeing that acceleration that you would normally expect to see this time in the market in the spring. So that's good news. We've seen inventory levels go up to what now? Do you remember?
Typically in spring, we see a surge in the amount of inventory that's coming onto the market. We're currently sitting at 4 months of inventory. Is this expected? Absolutely. Every spring heading into summer, we see our inventory levels climb. That's been no different this year. The good news is we've also seen our transaction counts increase as well this past month, which means the buyers are consuming those homes at a similar rate as those houses are coming to market. We are seeing a lot of new inventory across all parts of the market. So there is a lot more options for buyers at this time, which really is starting to indicate how we're going to price our properties.
Yeah, buyers can be a little bit more picky right now. I think we touched on this a little bit last month, and the same thing rings true this month. They could be a little bit more picky, more patient, because there are more homes sitting there on the market for them to shop. And so therefore they can just be more patient.
Sam, there's one really important stat that I think's been at the top of everyone's mind. Tell us a little bit about what we learned last month about the median home price.
Okay, so what we saw last month was in the median sales price, this is for Bend area single family homes, is that the sales price went up to $832,000. Okay, that's up almost $100,000 month over month, which is kind of crazy. That does not mean that we all just got $100,000 richer, but what it does mean is that there's a lot more transactions happening in the higher sectors of the market. So for instance, this past month, about a third of all the homes that transacted were over $1 million. It's a pretty large amount. So we're still seeing that upper end continue to move pretty quickly. Lower end, yes, it moves, but not near as much as many people transacting in that price point. Let's contrast that stat a little bit with how many people are actually taking price reductions right now. Roughly about 40% of the homes on the market have taken a price reduction of some sort. So those two seem to be at odds. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the number of homes that are taking a price reduction is a direct reflection of the total number of available options on the market right now. With 4 months of inventory, you have to look back at this time a year ago, we had about half of that amount of inventory on the market. And so with 4 months of inventory, it's really requiring sellers to be nimble. And if they're not getting their price or their house with an accepted offer on it quickly, they're taking action, and this data shows that they're not waiting 30, 60, 90 days to take that price reduction. They're trying to take it sooner than later so that they can net the highest amount for their house at the given time.
Okay, we want to do a little segment on questions that we're seeing in the market right now. So here's the top 3 questions that our buyers, our sellers are asking us.
Question number 1, if I have to sell the house that I currently own to buy the next house that I want to purchase, do I have a shot?
It totally depends. I hate to say this, but it does totally depend. If the property that you want to offer on is new to the market, maybe it's a hot property, think about it. If you're in that seller's shoes, you're going to be a lot less inclined to take an offer from somebody that has to go also sell their house, right? You got this chain reaction that needs to happen. So a much better situation is your home that you need to sell first is either on the market or better yet, it's actually pending. Then that seller that you now want to go offer on their house, they're going to have a lot more confidence that you're able to perform. So it can be done. It's tricky, it's complicated, but that's what we're here for. We're the pros, we'll walk you through it. Okay, question number 2 is, do we anticipate some sort of correction happening in the market this year?
The word I would use to describe what I anticipate happening within our market is a leveling. I think that there's going to continue to be some volatility within the market over 2025. Anyone that says that they would have been able to predict what's happened thus far in the first quarter economically on a sort of geopolitical standpoint, which is having implications into our real estate market in Central Oregon, they're full of it. And so I don't think I could sit here and tell you I know exactly what's on the horizon, but I do think that over the next 6 to 9 months, we're going to see months where there's some really strong months. I think there's going to be some consumer confidence. We've already felt that a little bit. I think there's also going to be some other dips where we see buyers pull back a little bit like we've seen in the first quarter. So overall, I think we see somewhat volatile market over the next 6 to 9 months, but really one that's sort of leveled out with not a lot of modifications or movement. Question number 3, especially for our out-of-town buyers, they're wondering, how close to list price do I really have to offer to secure this property?
It's going to depend on the property and it's going to depend on the price point, but we are seeing most homes come in under asking to some degree, usually somewhere between 1% and 3%. It does depend on the price point, I will say, and primarily how long has it been on the market. If it's been on the market 30, 60, 90 days, absolutely, you can expect that offer is probably going to come in less. If, let's just say it's a week on the market, a lot greater chances of that offer coming in or needs to come in about full price. We've seen everything in the gamut though. We've seen stuff first day come in under asking. So it really just depends on any given property, but overall, yes, there's room in most prices right now.
Sam, are there other terms that really matter associated with the way that you craft an offer, or is it we really just focusing on the list price and where we come in under that to try to secure the property?
No, I mean, list price or offer price can speak oftentimes the loudest, but I think certainty is a really big thing in our market right now. So if you're a buyer and you can offer certainty to the seller, that can have its weight in gold and should be considered in your offer. Summertime is here. I mean, basically, right? We can call it summertime. And for a lot of us, this is our favorite time of the year. I know you're going to be golfing a lot. You know, I'm going to be, I don't know, barbecuing, a steak. But I think something that everybody loves are the summer concerts, right? Hayden Home Amphitheater Summer Concert Series is coming up. What's your go-to? What are you most excited about for this series? Who are you going to?
I'm normally pretty last minute on the concert series, to be honest. We normally snag them like a week before, just based on our schedule. I will say in a couple weeks we're going to Mumford & Sons, a little bit of a throwback, a little nostalgic for us, and can't wait for that. What are you looking forward to?
Oh, Brad Paisley, for sure.
Old school country.
Yeah, old school country, a little mud on the tires. It's gonna be good. Exciting announcement for us here at Varsity Real Estate is that we've just brought on a new broker. Well, she's not new. She's actually been in the industry quite a while, I think 17 plus years, but Kristen Kellogg, welcome to the group. We are so stoked to have you, and a longtime professional in the industry and working hard to represent buyers and sellers out there all across Central Oregon. So welcome, Kristen, and looking forward to working with you.
Hope you guys all have a great kickoff to the summer. We're excited to see you out in the community. Everyone get out there, have some fun, and be well.